Senator Hawley.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for calling this important hearing. Thanks to our witnesses for being here. Mr. Stern, if I could just start with you. I see that 5 or 6 days ago you gave an interview in which you said that the removal of Mahmoud Khalil, the pro-Hamas foreign rioter, is a form of McCarthyism and makes Jewish students less safe. Now, this is an individual who has been accused of endorsing and espousing terrorist activity, who's been accused of lying on his application to a green card in the United States, who's currently being sued for terrorizing and assaulting Jewish students. Do you stand by your view that trying to remove him is a form of McCarthyism?
Absolutely, Senator.
Why in the world would that be the case?
Let me answer. He hasn't been charged with the crime. The clear predicate for this, White House said, was handing out pro-Hamas propaganda. When you start talking about people's views and what they're talking about in the public square as a basis for discrimination, and then the effect on Jewish students, it's not just the fact that Jews may be seen as, well, we're pushing this and that's going to happen. The way that this is going to harm Jewish students is it harms the academy.
Senator Josh Hawley just absolutely loasted on a witness who called deporting a pro-Hamas rioter McCarthyism. This witness is defending Mahmoud Khalil, a foreign agitator who's been accused of endorsing terrorist activity, lying on his visa application, and terrorizing Jewish students at Columbia University. This is Hawley at his most fired up, defending Jewish students, while a witness makes excuses for their terrorizers.
Wait a minute, my time is limited. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just wait a minute. I've got to correct numerous inaccuracies there. Number one, as you very well know, United States law says that a non-citizen is inadmissible for entry into this country if they, and I quote, endorse or espouse terrorist activity or persuade others to do the same. That same law provides you can be removed for the same reasons. That is what Mr. Khalil has been accused of. He has further been accused of by the United States government lying on his visa application. That on its own would be sufficient to remove him from this country. He is being sued as you and I sit here in New York court by the victims of October 7th for terrorizing and assaulting Jewish students, unlawfully taking over and damaging public university property, and physically assaulting Columbia University employees. And you're telling me that it's McCarthyism to remove this individual?
Senator, the deportation was started before that lawsuit, before that second question about what he was saying on his forms.
No, this is what the government has alleged in open court, Mr. Stern. This is the basis for their removal proceedings. And our law makes clear if you endorse or espouse terrorist activity, you can be removed from this country. He has done so. He's been accused of doing so from the beginning. He's been accused of lying to get into the country. I'm amazed that you're saying that this is McCarthyism.
Senator, you weren't here when I quoted part of what Justice Brandeis was talking about the back at a case where there's somebody that was convicted for supporting the Communist Party because they were talking about violence as a political solution. And Brandeis cautioned us that this type of robust speech, as long as—
This isn't speech. Lying on a visa application is not speech. Seeking to assault Columbia University employees and Jewish students is not speech. You are defending an individual who has espoused the destruction of this country, the destruction of the state of Israel, the destruction of Jews, and has taken actions in furtherance of the same. You've also said that investigating the 60 colleges and universities that are currently under investigation by the Trump administration for anti-Semitism is a form of weaponizing anti-Semitism for political benefit. You're opposed to investigating these institutions for anti-Semitism?
Senator, I've been very clear that OCR has a very important role, that there are complaints that should go through the process. When you start using the Department of Justice and threatening universities' funding—
You are opposed, I just want to get this on the record, you are opposed to investigating investigating Columbia University and others for anti-Semitism?
No.
That's what you said 6 days ago.
I am not opposed to doing it the right way. What
does that mean, doing it the right way?
Not to claw back funds, not to say we're holding you ransom. We're getting your faculty, Jewish...
You were asked about an investigation for failing to protect Jewish students, and you said that's just weaponizing anti-Semitism. It makes students less safe.
It is when the
I think that's
Department of
crazy.
Justice has a list of places they want to go to. The Senator Markey's question...
Oh, I heard Senator Markey's questions. I heard his whole speech. I thought it was insane. I just want to say for the record, I thought it was totally insane. And I think your positions are similarly insane. I think the idea that we would bend over backwards to hug and kiss and make nice to a pro-Hamas rioter, because that's what Khalil is, and that we would say, heavens, we can't remove him, and that makes Jewish students less safe on our campuses? That's nuts.
Senator,
that's nuts.
To Rabbi Saberstein's point, if you look at American history, the times where Jews were most vulnerable was during the Palmer raids in World War I, when there was political...
Jews are vulnerable now on our campuses because of people like Khalil, and I want to say for the record, I'm glad he's gone, and I hope he never comes back.
Senator Hickenlooper.
Did Hawley just say what we're all thinking? This witness is literally defending a pro-Hamas rioter who terrorized Jewish students and calling his deportation McCarthyism. Hawley called it exactly what it is: insane. If you think it's time someone finally stood up for Jewish students on college campuses, smash that like button. Subscribe for more of Hawley taking on the campus anti-Semitism crisis, and comment below, are you shocked this witness is defending Hamas supporters? What you just witnessed was Senator Hawley reaching his breaking point with the academic establishment's defense of anti-Semitism. Let me break down exactly what happened here and why Hawley was so fired up. The witness, Mr. Stern, gave an interview defending Mahmoud Khalil, calling his removal McCarthyism. But here are the facts Hawley laid out. Khalil has been accused of endorsing terrorist activity, lying on his visa application, and is currently being sued by October 7 victims for terrorizing Jewish students at Columbia University. Under U.S. law, non-citizens can be removed for endorsing or espousing terrorist activity. Lying on a visa application alone is grounds for removal. This isn't McCarthyism, this is basic immigration law enforcement. But here's where it gets truly outrageous. The witness claimed that removing this pro-Hamas agitator would make Jewish students less safe. Think about that logic. A foreign national who terrorizes Jewish students, and removing him somehow endangers them more? It's completely backwards. Hawley systematically destroyed every one of the witness's argument. When Stern tried to invoke Justice Brandeis and free speech, Hawley shut it down. This isn't speech. Lying on a visa application is not speech. Seeking to assault Columbia University employees and Jewish students is not speech. The most powerful moment was when Hawley said, "You are defending an individual who has espoused the destruction of this country, the destruction of the state of Israel, the destruction of Jews, and has taken actions in furtherance of the same." Then the witness opposed investigating 60 colleges and universities for anti-Semitism, calling it weaponizing anti-Semitism for political benefit. When someone is terrorizing Jewish students and you oppose investigating it, what does that tell you about your priorities? Hawley's response was perfect. Jews are vulnerable now on our campuses because of people like Khalil, and I want to say for the record, I'm glad he's gone, and I hope he never comes back. This exchange exposes the fundamental problem with how our institutions handle campus anti-Semitism. When a foreign agitator terrorizes Jewish students, the academic establishment's response isn't to protect the victims, it's to defend the perpetrator and oppose any accountability. This is why Jewish students feel unsafe on college campuses. It's not because we're investigating anti-Semitism, it's because people like Khalil are allowed to operate with impunity while witnesses like Stern make excuses for them. Hawley calling Senator Markey's comments totally insane was the cherry on top. Sometimes you have to call out absurdity for what it is, and that's exactly what Hawley did here.